everybody. I'm absolutely delighted to introduce our closing keynote for today. And it's my honour to introduce Stan Farnsworth, who's going to give us a fascinating presentation on innovation in a pandemic, which seems very highly relevant at the moment. So without further ado, I will hand over to Stan, and then I will reappear when there's about 5 minutes to go. Over to you, Stan.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. I hope everyone can hear me. In true high-tech fashion, my camera dropped out just seconds prior to Chris's introduction. So I'm not going to subject everyone to some AV troubleshooting, but I will jump straight in. It's really a delight to be a part of the work at TechBlick with Chris and Kasha and the team. It's been such a delight to work with them for so many years previously, and I definitely wish you all the best of luck going forward. But today what I want to do is talk a little bit about innovation. We don't need to say anything else about the challenges of the past year, both globally and then individually with our different business activities and whatnot. But it did cause me to wonder for a moment, what has innovation looked like in spite of these challenges of the past year? Certainly at NovaCentrix, I can relate to see what's been happening. But globally, I really was wondering what's been going on with some of the macro technology trends. Have they continued to move forward? Are they impacting our daily lives or becoming closer to impacting our daily lives? And then further, as the Chief Marketing Officer at NovaCentrix, how does what we do at NovaCentrix relate to these global technology trends, and what do we need to be aware of? And so I thought maybe that would be interesting for some of you as well. So we'll share a little bit about that. So jumping straight in, So jumping straight in. So let's start with 5G. Of course, 5G is one of the big topics. We hear a little bit more about that one because it relates to consumer electronics directly. The cell phone companies and whatnot are marketing that. Of course, it's a reason to sell phones. But how is 5G really being impacted? And it turns out that 5G is still moving extremely strong. It's slowed somewhat, but it's really being responsive to what we're seeing as some interesting trends. It turns out that network traffic has grown. What was a little bit of a surprise to me was to see that not just the data, but voice has substantially grown over the past year. So that's interesting as we look at trends with communication and how we relate to one another. And 5G carrier growth is substantial. So all major carriers, all major US carriers now carry 5G options, UK, Asia, of course. And the network growth in general globally is being very strong. And in fact, projections are still on track that in 2026, 80% of North American mobile subscriptions will be 5G, and will count for around 54% of total mobile data. Now, the reason 5G is important, in addition to selling cell phones if you're a provider, is that remember that 5G offers substantial speed increases over the current 4G. And the reason that's important is because of the kinds of applications that this platform can enable. So one really interesting factoid about 5G is that it can accommodate over 1 million individual connections over a square kilometer. 5G can also, because of the data rate, it can allow continuous communication with vehicles traveling at 500 kilometers an hour. So when we think about implications around different kinds of other technology trends, we can see that 5G, in addition to selling cell phones, also could have a material and substantial impact on the rollout of some other technology macro trends. So it is important to look at 5G and see how this is developing. So Internet of Things, of course, is one of the key enables technologies related to 5G. Internet of Things has a lot of meanings. It's definitely been bandied about for quite some